Good afternoon. Welcome to Exotics Racing. I have Jacob behind the wheel of the Audi R8. Beautiful high-performance car. Today, all-wheel drive. Today we'll be experiencing our track out here at California Speedway. It's an 8-turn track, specially designed for these cars. Okay, Donald, you ready for your experience? We're going to talk over some things here. First off, I want your hands on the steering wheel, 3 and 9 positions at all time. Eyes scanning out over the whole track, looking through your corners, and being aware of your surroundings at all time. Talk about the throttle position. On the throttle, we're going to be nice and smooth on the throttle as we accelerate. You're going to hear me unwind the car. Unwind is after the apex of the corner. As we unwind the wheel and head towards the exit, we're going to be picking up the throttle. Nice and smooth on the throttle as we start to unwind the car. When the steering wheel is straight and we're going down the straightaway, that's when we can go full throttle. Full throttle all the way to the braking cones. Let's talk about braking. So we hit our first orange cone, that's our braking cone. As we approach the orange cone, smooth but firm on the brake, all the way through the braking zone to the green cone. Once we start to go to the green cone, that's where we balance the car into the apex. Balance is getting some weight from that braking transition onto the front steering axle so we have some traction to turn this car into the apex. From the turn into the apex, we balance the car nice and smooth. Think of it as neutral in the car. From the apex, we start to unwind towards the exit, picking up the throttle again. Okay? The mirrors in the car are adjusted for me. Don't worry what's going on behind you, just look straight ahead. If there is a faster car behind us approaching, I'm going to turn on the flashers. I'm going to take us out of the racing line. I'm going to signal to that driver to go ahead by us. We'll slow up just a little bit, let him pass, and then we're off and running again. If we come up to a slower car ahead of us, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to wait till their flashers go, and only on my command, when I see him get out of the racing line, I'm going to tell you to go to the right or left and accelerate by him. Only on my command, okay? We got to keep a nice clearance between all of us. This is your experience. You may drive the car as fast as you want. This is a racing course. We have no speed limits here, so you can drive as fast as you would like to go. However, if you make some mistakes, I'm going to pull you back a little bit, correct your mistake, and then we'll progress forward from there. Does that make sense to you? Do you agree to those terms?
Yes.
Beautiful. You ready to start? Okay, foot on the brake. Steering wheel, one full turn to the right for me. One full turn, one more rotation. You can take your hands off.
All right.
Yeah, to do it. There you go. One full turn right there. And car, we're going to go put the car in drive. And we are ready to go. You can push on your paddle shifter. We will be in first gear. And ease your foot off the brake and straight on through here. Through the green barriers to the blue cones, make a complete stop for me. At the blue cones, make a complete stop. And stop. We're going to wait for this Super Leggera to come on by. I want to give you some free track. Our first lap, I want you to take it nice and easy, get in the racing line, and on the second lap, we'll start to open it up a little bit, okay? Okay, you're free to go out on the track. Stay close to the right here, and give me one upshift. Beautiful. This is turn 1. So we turn our turn-in cone. We got apex 1 right here, nice and tight to the apex, and hold this line. Hold this line all the way to your green cone. Turn it on into 2, tight into the apex, and one upshift for me. Unwind it to the outside. Beautiful, using all the track. This is where we start to unwind. I want you to hold this line for me. We got a car coming by. So let's hold this line right here. Let him by. Slow up just a little bit. Okay, you're free to go. Back to your racing line, over to the right. This is your braking zone. So we'll be braking here. Setting yourself for turn 3. We balance the car in, turn it in and balance tight to the apex. You can go a little faster and pick it up. There you go. After the apex, we unwind to the outside using all of the track. We pick up our braking cones, we brake. Now we're patient for 4. We turn in, looking through, nice and tight to the apex. Now we start to unwind, picking up the throttle, unwind towards your exit, and start to bring it back over. We're unwinding the throttle. Unwinding to our braking zone. This is where we start to brake. We set ourselves up and hold this line. We got a faster car coming around. This is 5 and 6 through the chicane. Okay, you're free to go. So we'll be tied into the apex, tied in through 6 here, picking up the throttle again. We start to unwind the car, back out to the left-hand side, picking up our braking cones again. We brake, we turn in, look through 7, nice and tight to the apex. There you go. Unwind it a little bit to the exit. And of course we got our braking cones again. So we brake here, come back out a little bit wider, set yourself up for 8, now tied into the apex, and then patient here, now look through. There you go. Nice head turn, looking through 8, and then we unwind again. Now you're free to go. You got a lap down, and now we're ready to go. Okay, so we accelerate here, coming into 1, and we start to brake, and turn on in, tight to the apex, balance it in. Good job, picking up the throttle, nice and smooth. Now turn it into 2, okay, and unwind. Start to pick up that throttle, full throttle, full throttle. Full throttle, all the way to the cones, and upshift. That's all right. Good job. Hold this gear and brake, balance in. And I'm going to keep you in tight. We got a faster car coming around. Let's let them pass. Okay, you're free to go. And 1 downshift for me. All right, go get him. Run him down. And upshift. Hold this gear. And now you start to brake. Set yourself up for 5 and 6, looking through. Balance it on in through 5, looking through 6. There you go. Pick up the throttle. Full throttle all the way to the next cones. And start to brake. And turn on into 7. Balance it in. Good job. Unwind it to the outside. Nice. And pick up your braking zone. Set yourself up for 8. Nice and tight into the apex. There you go. Patient. Look for it. There you go. Nice head turn. Now start to roll on that throttle and unwind it. Full throttle all the way to those cones. Full throttle. Now brake. Nice and firm. Firm on the brakes. And balance it in. Nice and tight to the apex. Good job. Good job. Nice and tight into that apex. Go get that Porsche. Go get him. Turn in tight to 2. Start to unwind this thing. Full throttle. Unwind it. Full throttle. And upshift. And start to pick up your brakes. And 1 downshift. Nice and tight to the apex. Turn it on in. Balance it. Pick up the throttle. Go get him. Good job. And brake. Patient going into 4. Look through. Turn it in tight. And start to unwind it. Good job. Pick up that throttle. Now bury it. Full throttle. Upshift. Good job. And brakes. And balance it on in. Nice and tight to the apex. Drive it in there. There you go. Pick up that throttle. There you go. And brake. Set yourself up for 7. Tight to the apex. Now pick up the throttle. Unwind it outside. Beautiful. And brake. And 1 downshift for me. Beautiful. Nice and tight to the apex. Set yourself up so you're catching them because you're smooth. That's the way to do it. Good job. Nice and tight to the apex. Unwind it. Full throttle. Hold this gear. And brake hard. Nice and firm on the brakes. Turn it in there. Get it in there. Go get him. Patient. There you go. Nice and tight. And wait for it. And bring it on into 2. Go get him. Run him down. Full throttle. Upshift. On the brake, see what he's going to do, and 1 downshift, turn it in tight to the apex. Let's go get him, get a little bit closer to him, and he's going to let us by. And brake, patient going in, now look through, tight to that apex, bring it in tight. There you go, pick up the throttle and unwind it. There you go, nice, full throttle. Upshift, and on the brakes, and tight going in through 5 and 6, nice and tight to that apex. Now pick up the throttle, unwind it. Good job. Good job. And brake. Going in nice and tight to 7. Start to unwind it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, he's going in. Let him go in. 1 downshift. Tight to the apex. Bring it in really tight. Nice and tight. Tight again. There you go. Now unwind it. Full throttle. All the way to the braking cones and brake. Firm on the brakes. Hard, hard, hard. There you go. Balance it in. Good job. It's okay. Get all the braking done in the braking zone, okay? Yeah. And then balance the car into turn 1. Unwind it outside. Now full throttle. There you go. Beautiful. And upshift. And and brake, and one downshift, balance it in, off the brake, there you go. Balance it in, now pick up the throttle again. There you go, beautiful. And hard on the brakes, balance it in, there you go. Balance it into 4, excuse me. Unwind, full throttle, all the way to the cones. Upshift. And on the brakes, balance it in, get your eyes through 5 and 6, nice and tight. Nice and tight through the apex, good job. And back on the throttle again. Braking zone into 7, set yourself up. Nice unwind. And then one downshift for me. And we're gonna go in this time. We got 2 more after this, okay?
All right.
We'll talk it through. And through the blue cones. Beautiful. See how you caught him and how smooth you were? And you ran down that Porsche. That's the way you do it. You were nice and smooth. Through here. And just come out to this outside wall. We're going to sit right over here. Let the car cool down. Get some air over the brakes and the engine for a moment. And go ahead and put it in neutral for me. And let's talk about it. Perfect coming into 1 here. Get that braking done from your red cone all the way to your green turning cone. What happens, you weren't scrubbing off enough speed, and you were on the brakes as you were turning the car in.
Yeah.
That's okay, but you were just on the brakes a little bit too much, and what that does is cause understeer, and we drifted a little bit wide.
All right.
So nice straightaway momentum, come to your braking zone, firm, hard on the brakes. When we reach that turn-in cone, lift off of that brake pedal and drive that car down into the apex. It'll corner a lot better. Okay, your unwinding is beautiful. You have tons of patience when it comes to that, and that's what I like to see. You're going full throttle. That's what I like to see. Carry that momentum. Road racing is all about carrying momentum from the straightaway to your braking zone through the corner.
Okay.
And you're doing a good job. I just want to see you scrub off a little bit less speed, get your foot off of that brake, and drive all of that speed that you carried through the straightaway through that corner. Balance that car in. You can go probably double fast through there than what you're going.
All right.
So we're gonna try doing that a little bit more. But important, get the braking done in that braking zone. Don't brake while the wheel is turned. That's slowing you down a lot.
All right.
If you lift up off of that brake and drive the car into the corner, which we call balance or neutralize the car in, then you can come through there at a faster speed. Your chicane through 5 and 6, your racing line is beautiful through there. Once again, get the braking done in the straight line, lift off the brakes, and then balance the car in through the chicane 5 and 6. We're already through 5 and on our way to 6, and you're still on the brakes. So remember, balance through there. Drive the car through there and balance it in. After we come out of 6, then you can pick up the throttle again and start to unwind it. So 4, you're doing very well too. Nice and patient, you're in the braking zone. As you come to the turning cone through 4, you get the head look and you look in there and you bring it tight to the apex and you unwind it. That's a beautiful job. That's where you were making up all the ground. That was the way you drive the car. Smooth is fast. Fast is smooth. That's the way you do it. Just practice getting that speed, take away that speed on the straightaway, and remember getting on that off the brake and balancing it into the apex. If we come through there a little bit faster, you're going to have a much faster lap time. Okay. Any questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Visually, how you doing? You're looking ahead enough. I think your eyes are up. You're coming through there. Let's just get that straightaway speed down and try to stay off the brakes as we balance that car in. Okay. When I say turn in and balance, off the brake. Okay. Let's do this. And through the barrier to the green cones, complete stop. We got a wide open track, so this time it's you. Okay, out and up to the left here. One upshift for me. So we're braking here, and then we balance in. We let off the brake, and then we balance the car into 1. Okay. Nice and tight line. Good. Bring it through 2. Start to unwind. And upshift, full throttle. And upshift. And brake, and one downshift. balancing off the brake. It's beautiful. Now pick up the throttle. There you go. Same with this one. And brake, patient, turn it in, balance. There you go. See how nice that is? Beautiful job. Unwind it full throttle. One upshift, hold this gear, and brake, balance it in, off the brake. There you go. Turn it in there. That's the way you do it. Good job. Now you pick up the throttle. Good job. And brake, turn it into 7. And unwind it to the outside, picking up some speed. And through our braking zone, one downshift, tight into the apex. And patient, looking through. Nice and tight, unwind it full throttle. Now smooth and firm on those brakes. Nice and firm, there you go. Now balance it in. Yeah, that's the way you do it. That is how you do it. Good job. Good job. Pick up the throttle, there you go. Full throttle. And upshift. Good job. Smooth and firm on the brake, one downshift. Balance it in, off the brake. Beautiful, look at that. Look at how fast you're going now. Beautiful job. And brake, patient going into 4. Nice and tight, bring it in, off the brake. Nice job. Pick up that throttle, unwind it. Full throttle. Upshift. And brake, balance it in there. Look through 5 and 6. There you go. Woohoo! That's the way you do it. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. And on the brakes, balance it on in there, pick up the throttle. Good job. I'm going to give you one more lap, okay?
Okay.
Since you're doing a good job. That's the way you do it. Nice and tight into the apex. This lap's on me. Nice and tight and unwind. And firm on the brake, one downshift. Beautiful. Tight in, balance. There you go. That's the way you do it. Tight into the apex. Nice. Tight into 2. Now unwind it. Full throttle. Upshift. Now, there you go. Now brake. Down there. Good downshift. Nice and tight into the apex. There you go. And on the brakes. And now bring it in there. There you go. Turn it in tight. You got it. Smooth on the throttle. A little understeer. Okay. Now pick it up. There you go. And brake. Set yourself up for 5 and 6. Balance it in. Throw it in there. There you go. There you go. Nice. Nice. Pick up that throttle again. Full power. And brake. There you go. Good job. Set yourself on up. Unwind it. And hard on the brakes. And we're going in. Good job, Jacob. Very nice. Nice work. See how much smoother it was taking care of the braking while we're going straight rather than braking when we're turning? Look at how much you doubled your speed in the corner. Especially in turn 1 through here. Nice and slow through here. And then we'll kind of zigzag it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can park it to the left of the green Cayman. See how nice that was?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful job. And to the cones, make a complete stop at the cones. Steering wheel all the way to the left for me, one full turn. Perfect right there. And that's it. And key off. How was it?
It was fun.
Look at how you picked up those last 2
Yeah.
laps.